Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. If it's your first time seeing me, go ahead and like this video because I know you're going to like it already. Subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload. And if you already are subscribed, hey babies, welcome back. So today guys, we're going to be talking all things beating addictions. And I guess I'll add this to the Shadow Element series. You know, when we're talking about addictions and addictive behaviors, these are definitely elements of our shadows. So yes, let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we do, I wanted to show you guys, I had to show you guys the new Join Hope designs. If you guys don't know, I have an apothecary, Pixie Apothecary, where I sell pre-rolls, bath salts, teas, all different types of things, energy cleansing sprays and stuff like that. And every now and then I drop a limited edition joint holder, and this is my fourth design. All of the other ones are already sold out. If you go on my Instagram, you can look down and see all the ones that I've dropped. But these are the new ones. I just created these today. These are the money magnet joint holders. So I'll probably have a video or something on the screen so you guys can see these close up. But these are so beautiful. I'm obsessed with these. They're made with pyrite and green, aventurine and gold charms. So I am obsessed with these. There's going to be more tea about these coming soon, and they will be available soon as well. So make sure you're tapped into my Instagram so you don't miss out when I drop the new. But yes, I had to show you guys these. I literally just made these early this morning, and I've been showing everyone because I'm so fucking obsessed with them. But yes, let's go ahead and get right into the tea. I've been waiting to talk to you guys about battling addiction, so let's go ahead and start talking about it. So the first things first, I always talk about finding the root of things, and that's no different from when we're talking about battling addiction. You want to figure out what the root of your addiction is, what's the root of that addictive behavior, and what do you feel you are healing by turning to substances or turning to food, or turning to spending a lot of money, or turning to a toxic relationship, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you are addicted to, whatever is serving as an unhealthy vice for you, what is causing you to go to that space? Are you going to that space because of stress? Are you overwhelmed? Are you feeling hopeless? Are you sad? Are you down? My experience with addiction has definitely been rooted in me wanting to be numb and wanting to feel numb, and also just physically wanting to feel better when I was experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of sadness. You know, I talked a little bit in my life update video about how physically debilitating mental issues can be. You know, mental health issues and mental illnesses, chronic mental illnesses, can leave you in a constant state of like headaches, and your stomach's always hurting, and you can never really breathe properly, and you're always dizzy, and you never feel like you have energy. You're always lethargic. You know what I'm saying? It can really put you in a space where you physically do not feel well. And sometimes people can turn to different substances or different things that are not good for them to just kind of help them cope with the uncomfortable feelings that they're experiencing. So that's basically why I felt like I had so much issue with addiction, and why I still struggle today with making sure I'm making healthy choices with the things that I choose to make me feel better. You know, I definitely feel like the root of most addictive behaviors is, of course, to cope, you know what I'm saying, to make you feel better, or to just relieve your pain, relieve your stress, relieve your tension, relieve whatever you are dealing with. So, of course, there are a million healthy ways that you can make yourself feel better. There are a million healthy ways that can really, you know, cheer you up and put you in the right mindset that aren't going to be detrimental later down the line. I always, you know, don't really advocate for, oh, it's a long day, I've had a long stressful day, let me smoke a lot of weed to calm down, or let me drink a bunch of alcohol, or let me do this, or let me do this, or let me spend a whole bunch of money, or let me call this person that I know I don't need to be calling to make me feel better. You know, I never really advocate for that type of behavior because it can go downhill very, very fast. And I always feel like when we're talking about addiction, there is some level of shame, some level of guilt, some level of accountability that we are feeling for our environment, which leaves us to a space where we feel, I'm sad, I'm not going to go to therapy, I'm not going to try to talk to a friend, I'm not going to try to express myself in a healthy way. I'm sad, I did this to myself, let me resort to destroying my body. Let me resort to destroying my mind. Let me resort to doing the same things that I've always been doing that haven't really been helping me. I'm just going to continue on this path because I put myself in the situation. So a lot of times we can feel like we put ourselves in uncomfortable spaces, or we are the reason why we're unhappy or we're uncomfortable. And that can just be allowing us to, you know, seek out unhealthy methods instead of things that can uplift us. So self-love, self-appreciation, self-awareness, self-care, self-worth is definitely going to be key to just make sure that you understand that you are worth something better than, you know, a cure or a solution to your sadness or to your pain. That's not really curing anything. That's not really helping anything. You know, you deserve to seek out methods that are going to make your life better, that are going to improve your relationships and your overall quality of life, not just today, but every day down the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we've all heard the phrase prevention is better than cure. I definitely think that that is true. I feel like it's also good to know the root of your addictive behaviors, because you're able to kind of counteract those things. Like if I have a problem where I get stressed and I turn to addictive behaviors, when I realize that I'm going to be stressed, I'm going to start breathing. I'm going to start counting down from 10. I'm going to start listening to my sound bowls. I'm going to go into a happy place. I'm going to try to shift my mindset so I don't go into that behavior. So being self-aware is really going to be key. And knowing what your triggers are is going to be key as well. I would also say have some level of accountability. You know, it's very easy to say you're going to do something or say you're going to make a change and continuously fall back into that same space. So let people around you know, hey, I'm trying to do this less. Hey, I know you've been recognizing me do this. Maybe you have been, maybe you haven't. But the next time you see me do this, tell me something about it. The next time you see me go do this, let me know that that's not what I should be doing. You know, guide me into a better path. How can you uplift me? How can I uplift you? You know, call on your community in spaces like this, because a lot of times our addictive behaviors can be pushed on us even more because of the people that we're around. Like, say for example, if you're trying to give up drinking and everybody around you is still drinking, obviously that's an issue. So maybe you need to let them know, like, hey guys, from now on, I'm not going to be able to go to the club with you. And if I want to hang out, I'm going to invite you guys to my place and we won't have any drinking. I'm just going to let you guys know that this is something that's difficult for me. I'm really trying to make an effort to fix this. And typically the people around you who love you will be there for you in that space. And if they're not, then that's just too bad. But you want to feel comfortable making whatever changes you need to make for you and letting the people around you know that as well. If you have a problem with stealing and lying and doing sneaky shit, and you got a lot of people around you that always do that kind of stuff, you got to let them know, hey, this is not comfortable for me. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to go down this different route. It's the same thing as when you're trying to heal anything in your life. It's like you need to be around people who are also trying to heal, who are also trying to get better. You know, whenever I was in my mindset of wanting to be sober, I was sober in college. I talked a little bit about this before. I was sober in college. So imagine that, you know, imagine not drinking at parties, not smoking, and having everybody, what's wrong? Why are you not drinking? Why are you not drinking? All the time, like literally 24/7. You're in college in New Orleans. So everybody is always on one, you know what I'm saying? And I'm always sober. So I definitely had to just get comfortable explaining myself over and over and over again, and also understand that it was okay that I would have to explain myself. I didn't let that make me feel like I should just do whatever everybody else was doing because that would be easier. I had to understand that I was worth standing up for the things that I believe in, the things that I need. So you are worth that as well. You know, if you have people that keep putting you in those predicaments that kind of can coax you to kind of go back into old ways, let them know that, like, I can't be around you when you're doing this. This is uncomfortable for me. I do not want you pushing this up on me. And eventually when I went to parties and I was saying that I wasn't drinking, everybody around me did the same thing. You know, now when I go out to places, people know she don't drink. It's okay. I don't even have to defend myself because the people around me already know how I get down and what I do and what I don't do. You know what I'm saying? So it's also up to you as well to make sure that you are establishing those boundaries for yourself, because if you can't do them for yourself, we can't really expect everybody else to help us out. You know what I'm saying? We are still adults at the end of the day, and it's still on us to heal these things and make peace with these things. So of course, make peace with yourself and know what you need and set those boundaries and start doing healthy things every day that make you feel better, and really have a conversation with yourself and talk about how you feel when you're in those spaces and the things that cause you to turn towards things that you know are going to be helping you. You know, do we have a spirit of addiction in our families? And a lot of people do have a spirit of addiction in your family, where you have a lot of different types of addicts in your family, a lot of different types of addictive behaviors. And that might not be something that people talk about. You know, it might be up to you to break that generational curse. So it's going to be difficult, regardless if you have a generational curse or not, but it's going to be difficult. So it's all about reinforcing your strength and reminding yourself along the journey, like, hey, I am strong, I am powerful. I don't have to feel like I am a victim or like I am a prisoner to anything, to any substance, to any situation, to any person. You know, I know my worth, and I know that I am worth more than this. I know that I'm worth better than this. And always, you know, thinking about your health as well, and understanding that it is never healthy physically or mentally to feel like you are dependent on something or someone. It's never healthy spiritually or physically to be in a space like that. So make sure that you're doing things that make you feel good. Make sure that you're doing things that reinforce who you are and what your abilities are and what your gifts are. And if you are in a space where you've dealt with a lot of addiction, and you have a lot of people in your family that have dealt with that, write some releasing rituals, cut those cords. I have a cord cutting video and a releasing video on here that you guys can check out, but do some releasing and do some cord cuttings and separate yourself from that energy. You are not like everybody else around you. You don't have to do what everybody else around you is doing. You can be the one that's different. You can be the one that's outset, and stands apart from everybody else. You don't have to take that same route. You can change your life any day. You can choose to be in a different space any day. And it's all about recognizing that part of yourself. You don't want to act like it doesn't happen. You don't want to act like you don't have these issues. You don't want to act like it's not a real thing. You want to sit down with yourself and say, hey, are the decisions I'm making, are my habits right now going to be benefiting me in the long run? Are these habits aligning with my goals? Are these habits aligning with where I want to see myself in 15, 20, in 5 or 10 years, in 5 months? You know what I'm saying? Things can happen so quickly in your life. You always want to make sure that the decisions you're making are going to be leading you into a path that's going to be getting you the things that you need. You don't want to set yourself back. You always want to set yourself up for greatness. So yeah, I definitely feel when it comes to just breaking addictive habits, we have to create new healthy routines. I always think that's great. It could definitely be journaling, expression, crying, singing, painting, whatever you need to do to express yourself and release those energies is definitely going to be key. Like I said, a lot of times we develop these addictive behaviors to help us avoid something or run away from a certain issue or avoid a certain pain or a certain sadness. So if these are things that we are trying to maneuver around, how can we make these things easier for us to look at and deal with and handle? The addiction isn't going to solve anything. It's not like, we have these addictions and we turn to these behaviors and we feel better and it's working. It's like, I still feel bad about what I felt bad about in the beginning. And now I feel bad because I'm looking at myself like I got this problem. I'm dependent on this substance. I'm dependent on this person. How can I shake this? I'm feeling more and more powerless. You know what I'm saying? So it's always pivotal to just look and say, hey, before I go back to this, how am I feeling right now? Let me have a conversation with myself. And that can definitely be difficult in the beginning, but it's all about creating a new routine. And it takes 21 days to create a new routine or create a new habit. So if there's something that you want to step into, just commit to 3 weeks of every time you want to go to the bottle or go to the club or go to the old ex or go to the stealing or go to the lying or go to whatever addictive behavior that you do that makes you feel better when you are not doing well. Whenever you want to go to that, take a pause and challenge yourself to take a pause and have a conversation with you. How am I feeling right now? Am I feeling hopeless? Am I feeling overwhelmed? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling betrayed? How can I nurture myself in this space in a healthy way? Do I need to take a few moments to just breathe? Do I need to, boost my mood? Boosting your energy, being in nature is really key to boosting your energy. Like, I feel like the sun, the vitamin D and the energy that you get from the sun is really like a drug. Like, I can spend time in the sun and be happier, feel like I'm energized, feel like I'm ready for the day, feel like I'm calmer. It literally gives me everything that I've been needing for. So set intentions with the things that you're doing in your life as well. If you know that you need something to give you the same release as this drug does or as this addictive behavior does or as this bad habit does, then set that intention. I've been seeing release from negative spaces. I want this to give me the release that I'm looking for in a positive way that also benefits my life. Set that intention when you step into these spaces that you won't be attracting more negative behaviors. It's very easy to step out of one addictive behavior and into another. So you really want to deal with that addictive spirit that you have within you and figure out where that comes from and figure out how you can establish a relationship with things and with yourself to where the only thing you feel dependent on is God. It really doesn't serve you to feel dependent on anything. You shouldn't be dependent on your husband. You shouldn't be dependent on money. You shouldn't be dependent on your wife, on your spouse, on a job. It should be nothing that you feel like I need this in order to survive, in order to keep moving forward, because the only thing you need to move forward is God, at the end of the day. So I feel like releasing that dependency and just separating yourself from those things and seeing yourself thrive without those things is really going to be key, because once you can see yourself thrive and feel better and cheer yourself up outside of those addictive behaviors, you'll go to those things more and more because you'll be able to see like, wow, I know this works. I feel like that's why we kind of go back to the addictive behaviors over and over again, because we know if I do this, I'm going to feel better. If I do this, it's going to make me forget. If I do this, I'm not going to feel this pain. So all you have to do is start practicing with other things and they're going to work for you. If something doesn't work, accept it and move on to the next thing and understand that it is a process. The alternative, going back to the addictive behaviors, is not an option. The alternative is not not anything that's going to lead us forward or make us feel better or look better or be better or shine better. So literally getting serious with yourself, having that discipline, and also that accountability with people around you. You know what I'm saying? Also, you never know who else is dealing with things that you are dealing with. So I'm sure there are people around you that also have addictive tendencies, and that they don't have addictive behaviors per se. I'm sure they have bad habits that they want to break. So do a 3-week challenge with the people that you love and the people that are around you. And if you don't have people around you, join a Facebook group. You know what I'm saying? Talk to God, talk to your ancestors, create an altar for your spirit guides. You know what I'm saying? Get community around you. We cannot do life alone, and you cannot beat addiction alone. You just cannot. You're going to need God. You're going to need somebody. If all you need is God, you're going to need somebody, but you cannot do it alone. You need a support system. You need people. You need energies around you that lift you up and make you feel good and make you feel like you're doing the right things and like you're stepping into the right spaces, because you are. You know, the journey to recovery is a hard one. It's a long one, it's a frustrating one, it's a painful one, it's an emotional one, but it's the right journey, and it will feel so wrong because it feels so new and it feels so scary and it feels so uncomfortable, but it's the right journey. I definitely recommend writing a letter to yourself as well, and writing a letter to the person that you want to be in 6 months when you kick to this habit. Write that letter to yourself. Let yourself know how grateful you are that you stuck it out. Let yourself know how proud of yourself that you are. And even if you have to take that letter to your mirror or have that letter on your phone and go back and look at it every day, that could be something that you do to just motivate you and remind you, like, hey, today was the day that I decided I wanted to be better. Today was the day that I decided I was strong enough to do this. Let me go back to how I felt that day. Let me go back to the words that I had to give to myself that day in these weak moments. You know, write some affirmations for yourself. When you're feeling good, write some affirmations, create a plan, open up a dialogue, and create that system. So when you are in those moments, you have things to go back to that are going to make you feel better and are going to put you in a better vibration, in a better mindset. You know what I'm saying? So yes, guys, whenever we're talking about breaking addictive habits, it is all about our mind, and it's all about healing ourselves through methods that make us feel good about ourselves. You know, when we're talking about addictive behaviors, there's always an undertone of, I am not deserving of a healthy life. I am not deserving of healthy methods. I am not deserving of the peace that I really seek. So let me do this. That's also destroying my mind and destroying my body. Or we feel like the situations that we've been in aren't going to get any better, so we keep doing the same things. Or we feel like there's only one thing that can make us feel better, or one thing that can, you know, lead us into that next space. And that is not the case. You know, you deserve healing so much that there are a million different ways for you to heal you. That's how much you deserve healing. If you don't find it one way, it's another way. If it ain't that way, it's another way. Like, there's so many ways that you can find your healing, and that's a testament to how much you deserve it. That's a testament to how much it is yours. There's so many ways that you can achieve that space. So open up to community, allow yourself to talk to other people who have conquered addiction. Join groups in your community, join Facebook groups, connect with people, talk about stuff online, look at other people's YouTube videos about how they've, you know, conquered addiction, how they're on their journey to sobriety and just making better choices for themselves. And allow yourself to feel human, and allow yourself to understand this is not going to be a one and done cold turkey thing. Even if I quit cold turkey, I'm going to think about these drugs and these habits every day for the rest of my life. I'm going to be teaching myself and reprogramming my mind so I see these things as bad and negative. And think about the negative effects that these things have put into your life. Think about why you want to let these things go in the first place. Have they ruined relationships? Have they given you health issues? Has it lowered your self-esteem? Has it made you feel like you aren't in control? Do you feel like you're going crazy if you don't have this thing? You know what I'm saying? Think about why you're going to let that go as well, and let that motivate you too, because you're not worthy of that. You're not worthy of being dependent on something to where you feel like you can't even function, you can't even get out of bed unless you have that. You are enough. You don't need anything to get you started. You are enough. If you have woke up and you are here, God is in you, God is flowing through your veins, and you don't need nothing else. Okay, so it's a lot of self-love, it's a lot of self-encouragement, and a lot of building that spiritual foundation, and also that community as well, to remind you that you are in the right space at the right time. So be open to having those dialogues with yourself, be open to the journey, and be open to committing to a lifestyle change that's going to be serving you in a better way. You know, start putting yourself in a happy place, start redirecting your mind to different methods of healing. Start putting yourself in a position that's going to elevate you and help you grow. So yes, guys, that is some tea about releasing addictive behaviors. I hope this was a good video. I feel like I was rambling. I didn't have any notes. Y'all know how I be when I don't have any notes. I really just be talking. So I hope you guys love this video, and I hope it gave you some things to think about as you move forward in your journey. I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for all of the love, and thank you for 80,000 subscribers. 80,000 subscribers. I love you guys and I appreciate y'all so much. And yeah, stay tuned for everything that is coming up. Again, stay tuned and be on the lookout for these gorgeous, fabulous join holders. I appreciate you guys as always. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye guys. Bless.